most Colombians have grown up living in fear. There are very few people that I have met in Colombia that don't have a story to tell about their family members or about themselves having been in some way affected by the conflict, either because the guerrillas kidnapped their relatives or because the paramilitaries killed someone in their families. Colombia's conflict started in the 1960s with left-wing guerrillas trying to overthrow the Colombian government. In the 1980s, paramilitary groups started to appear around the country, and those groups were closely tied to the drug business from the very beginning. They worked often closely with the military and confronted the guerrillas to some extent, but they were also always out for their own profit. Paramilitaries really engaged in this campaign of terror against civilians. They were known for committing very large-scale, bloody massacres. They forcibly displaced probably millions of Colombians. They killed human rights defenders, trade unionists, social leaders, really anybody who got in their way. In around 2002, the paramilitary groups decided they wanted to push for a demobilization process. They suddenly felt vulnerable because the U.S. indicted some of them on drug charges, and that led them to seek a deal that would allow them to avoid prison and put on a show of demobilizing. Almost immediately after the demobilizations were completed, in fact, while they were ongoing, we saw groups appear around the country with new names. These successor groups to the paramilitaries are committing horrific atrocities. These include massacres and targeted killings and rapes and kidnappings and threats.